Hey gang, welcome back to another video and the final chapter in the family crypt build. In this video I'll be tackling all of the final touches plus the addition of a projector, so let's get right to it. With the hard coat fully dry, it's time to start painting in the bricks. I've decided to mix up two different colors. One is a reddish orange and the other is a brownish orange. These two colors should allow me to create some variation from brick to brick, plus it can be blended into one another to give each brick some more variety. I'll apply paint to all three panels and then we'll let them dry. Oh, and don't worry, they'll all darken as they dry. Once all the panels had dried, it was time to apply mortar into the gaps between the bricks. So I mixed up a small batch of the same mortar that I used to coat them, but this time in a much thicker consistency, and added it to a large freezer storage bag so that I could pipe it into the spaces between the bricks. This method of application works relatively well, but you have to make sure to sift the clumps out of your mortar, otherwise you'll be constantly unclogging the bag. And rather than make you watch me struggle my way through clog after clog, let's just jump ahead. Should you decide to give this method a try, you'll want to keep a damp sponge handy to wipe down the bricks in any areas where you may have overfilled your mortar lines. With all the mortar lines filled, I gave the walls another wipe down and then set them out to dry. Once the panels had a chance to completely dry, I assembled them using a few screws and got to weathering. I like to start by wetting down the surface, which helps to break the surface tension, before applying a color wash. This allows for the paint to move more easily and creates more organic runs and drips. I'll keep a spray bottle of water to help break up any areas where the wash may be too heavy or just not doing what I want, and will apply paint and water until I'm happy with how it looks before moving on to another section. Once I've applied my first pass of weathering on the entire crypt, I'll give it some time to dry and then we'll apply more in areas that look like they could use it. With my black wash done, I'll switch over to a sponge with some thinned white acrylic paint and we'll add in some highlights. This helps the non-brick areas stand out a bit more. It's pretty subtle, but since most people will see this under haunt lighting, it will help to give it more dimension. You could definitely give this entire prop some more color, but I think this is a good place to stop so that we can get on to the projection part of the build. AAXA Technologies, the sponsor of this video, recently sent me their brand new HP3 Halloween projector, and because of its size and feature set, I thought this was the perfect application for it. But before I can use the projector, I'll first need to install a screen to project the image onto. I'll be using a bit of black mosquito netting as a scrim that will be stapled into place. Since the video will be rear projected and may be in the path of some lights, this seemed like the best option so that the screen wouldn't be quite as visible. You can use a variety of materials like tulle fabric, frosted shower curtain liner, or even AAXA's own semi-transparent rear projection screen. It just depends on your needs and the lighting scenario. To mount the projector, I built a small platform from 1x3s with a small ball head mount that fits the matching mounting point on the HP3. And after a few spins, it's time to test it out. But before we do that, let's take a final look at the crypt while the sun's still out. I plan on adding a bit of greenery to add some more texture and color to it, but haven't decided on what that will be yet. So for now, it'll be just like this. Now let's see what it looks like at night. So there you have it. The Family Crypt project is finally done, and I have to say, pretty happy with how it turned out. I'd like to give a special thanks to this video's sponsor, AAXA Technologies, for providing me with the HP3 Halloween projector. You should definitely check the links down in the description if you're interested in picking one up for yourself. That's going to do it for this one. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, but most importantly, go make something.